back here at Performance Bodies. I got Dave Hammond with me.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about a new product from Hammond Motorsports. It's going to be the pull bars as well as the replacement biscuits for them. So I'm going to hand it over to Dave. He's going to tell you which two we're going to stock here and a little bit about them.
All right. Well, when you get the pull bar, first thing it's going to be, we'll have it packaged up here in a nice box. And one of the most important things that comes with the pull bar is there's going to be this sheet where we've actually dynoed it at our shop and printed off our load numbers for our travels. Now, this is very important to put into your logbook so that way you have this information with you. If you have your own pull bar machine, this is done on an automatic machine and we cycle it 5 times. Then we do the final reading on the 6th pull. I just found that that is the most consistent.
Perfect.
So with this is IMCA bar, USRA bar, all steel housing, so it's legal. We have 4 biscuits on the acceleration side, and we can change the different combinations. 2 biscuits on the brake side, again we can change that up. We've got a preload nut here, and I have made that to where we can fine tune this to every 1/6 of a turn, so we can do our 1/4 inch number adjustments on preload as low as like 20-pound increments on change, either plus or minus, by moving the preload nut.
So now once they get it, obviously I see right here it's got the serial number stamped on it as well as on the sheet, which is just nice to have and know for purposes if you need questions or anything like that. They can always read that back to us.
And I have all the serial numbers are put into my dyno back at the shop, so that way we can track it and see what it is.
So when they get one of these, they're going to put it in the car. How are they going to, get it all set up and ready to go?
Okay, for mounting it in the car, one of the first things I want to do is we've got a suggestion here on our pull bar tube length. Like for example, if you want, oh shoot, I'm sorry, I didn't put it on this sheet. We have it in the catalog. I'm sorry about it.
And it'll be on our website.
It is on the website already. But there's an example to make a 30 center to center, and we need X amount of tube to have that, because it's very important right here to have no more than a 1/2 inch gap between this nut and that nut.
Perfect.
If you extend this out further, it can allow the pull bar shaft to gain leverage and try to bend. So keep that nice and tight. Another thing is when you're ordering it from Performance Bodies, I recommend to upgrade and put the Teflon lined heim joint on the other end. It does have a Teflon here from FK.
Perfect.
We found with our testing over the years and on the load machines that the Teflon will actually make the pull bar free in the car under load, where the cheaper heim joint, it will actually lock up and bind up.
Awesome. So yeah, now obviously you're racing. How many nights? What are we thinking? Obviously it all depends on where you're at and all that.
Bushing life really depends a lot on your ignition box. If you have the CT6 box that you guys sell, that box there we can get 15 to 20 nights out. But if you have the old style MSD box with a chip, we're seeing 5-6 nights, because that box is so much harder when it hits the chip for cutting the engine on off that it just literally beats the pull bar to death.
Okay. I see the sheet here shows what color is in what spot.
Yes,
so
sir.
obviously that's going to be good for them to know long term, and then obviously then it comes with the biscuits ready to go just like the sheet. So then you'll be able to then buy the replacement biscuits at that point.
And if you ever want to change it up, you can always, Performance Bodies here has got all the biscuits. You can contact me if you want. I'll tell you what to buy from Performance Bodies. That's how this deal works. Another thing on these pull bars, when you put it in the car, if you have room, and make sure I say you have room, I like to put this on the chassis side, pull bar tube up here on top of the rear end. Reason being is that will help shield the dirt from falling into the brake side of the pull bar, and because we have seen that where you get on a really heavy dirt track where you're up on the cushion quite a bit, or if you jump the cushion, you pack, just like packing the radiator full of dirt, you can pack this side up and it will change the preload on there. You just got to take it apart and clean it, but that should be part of your normal maintenance.
Okay.
But I really like to have it this side chassis. If it has to be out on the rear end, that's fine. Just keep an eye so we don't fill it with dirt. I like 14 degrees of angle in the car. I like to have the pull bar at 7 degrees pinion angle at ride height. I like to have the pull bar mounted to where axle tube center line, center of the axle tube up 10.5 inches. Axle tube center line forward 5 inches is my magic number.
Okay.
I like to have it in that position so as the chassis rises, the rear end walks forward. We're going to have natural pinion rotation that way. Plus with the pull bar, have an extension and giving more pinion rotation, that will help keep the pull bar from actually camming over as the rear end rotates. And these pull bars here will travel basically between 3/4 to 7/8 of an inch, and that doesn't matter if it's an IMCA bar or a USRA bar.
Perfect. Well, there you have it.
So,
I think that's enough info on those pull bars. If you have any more, always give us a call. Give Dave a call. We'll get you the answer. But they're in stock, ready to ship. So give us a call or check them out at performancebodies.com. Thanks.
Thank you.